Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Project Saurabh channel. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a gym guide 101. What are some things to look for when choosing a gym? What are some machines to look for? What type of workout to follow for the first initial phases of the gym? What kind of diet to eat? What kind of supplements to take? So this is for the extreme beginners who are just starting gym this year, and let me know what you think of this video. If you like this, we can make a more advanced guide and we can make this a series as well. So let's just get right into it. So first of all, how to choose a gym. So obviously look for a gym that is closer to your home. Go on Google Maps and search for a gym. Make sure that the gym has good reviews, around 3 to 5 stars, and there are multiple people leaving good reviews. Also make sure the reviews are recent and not a couple of years old. The fees of the gym should be around 500 to 1000. So if you're looking for a budget gym, it should be around 500 to 700 a month. If you're looking for a high-end gym, it should be around 800 to 900. So depending on your budget, select a gym. Also check if the gym has good trainers and multiple trainers, not just one trainer. So once you've selected the gym, go to the gym first before paying any kind of fees and just look around what kind of machines they have. So for chest, Smith machine and pec deck machine is absolutely non-negotiable. A gym should have those two machines. The Smith machine can be used for other exercises as well. So for chest, these are the two machines. For back, make sure there's a separate rowing machine, or else if there's not, you can look for a cable machine as well. T-bar machine is not absolutely necessary, but it is a good machine to have. For legs, make sure there is a leg press machine and a leg extension machine, and these will target your quads. And make sure there's a hamstring machine as well, but even if there's no hamstring machine, you can use dumbbells and figure it out. For arms, cable machine is necessary. You can look for a dedicated preacher curl bar or just a preacher curl table. And a dips and pull-ups assistant machine is also a must-have. These will help you in the beginning if you're just starting out and you don't know how to control your body weight. So it'll help you get your first dip and your first pull-up. So now that you've selected your gym and you've seen all the equipment in the gym, what kind of split should you follow? So a split generally refers to the type of muscles you'll be hitting on each day of the week. So first of all, I would tell a beginner to go only 3 to 4 days a week and not go 5 days Monday to Friday, because it is just going to put a lot of pressure on you at the start and it will demotivate you from continuing to go to the gym. So for the first month, go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week, and even when you do, focus more on warm-ups and how your joints are moving, and then you can focus on the body part for that specific day. And even for that, I would recommend only one working set per day per body part. So if you're going 3 days a week, you can follow push-pull legs. So on push, you can do one set for chest, one set for triceps, and one set for shoulders. On pull, you can do one set for back and one set for biceps. And on legs, you can do one set for quads, one set for hamstrings, and one set for calves. Start going to the gym according to your lifestyle. You will try to fit it in your daily routine. If you're not able to go to the gym every day, make sure you make your split according to that. So if you can go to the gym 5 days a week, you should follow the bro split, where you do chest, back, legs, and 2 days split for shoulder and arms. You can do push pull legs, push pull. Okay, that's a workout split I follow right now. If you are able to go 4 days a week, you can do upper lower twice. So if you can go only 2 to 3 days a week, do full body 2 to 3 times. Now coming to the diet for beginners. So for beginners, I would not recommend to count calories or track every macro. The main thing you should be tracking is your protein. So make sure you're getting at least 1 gram per kg of your body weight in protein. So for example, if you're 70 kgs, you need at least 70 grams of protein per day, so that your muscles are growing and recovering from the workouts you're doing at the gym. Some of the non-veg sources of protein are eggs, chicken, and fish. You can have mutton as well. If you're a vegetarian, you can have milk, curd, and paneer. You can look in supermarkets or these online apps for the high protein or the low fat version, so that you're prioritizing protein over other macros. And if you're vegetarian, you can have soya chunks as well. Soya chunks are a great source of protein. Now coming to soya chunks, you have to be careful with Nutrela soya chunks, because a recent video on Trustified, there's a YouTube channel called Trustified, and they made a video on Nutrela soya chunks, and they found that it has pesticides over the safe limit. So go for fortune soya chunks, or if you are planning to buy them loose from any grocery shop, you can do that as well. So this is when it comes to protein. For carbs, you can have potatoes, rice, bread and oats. Like I said, don't worry too much about other macros, just focus on the protein and track your protein. Now coming to the supplements that a beginner should be taking, the first and the foremost is protein. If you're not getting enough protein from your food sources, you should definitely go for a protein supplement that is good quality and lab tested. Also, don't go for flavored proteins because they contain a lot of artificial sweeteners. So stick to the raw way, 80% clean protein. Definitely starting creatine because creatine helps you maintain energy levels during a workout and throughout the day. And if you're not getting enough fish in a diet, you should consider taking omega-3 supplement because they're good for the joints and they're good for the brain. This is a very underrated aspect that most people don't get into. Definitely get your blood work done, get your micronutrients panel checked, get your testosterone checked, get your kidney and liver checked, and get your sugar levels checked as well. When you get a micronutrients panel test done, you understand what vitamins and minerals you're lacking in, so you can supplement that and maintain a good overall lifestyle. Every young male should get their testosterone checked once a year. Kidney and liver should also be checked once a year, so you know that any supplements or food you're taking is not adulterated and they're not being a burden on your kidney and liver. And you should definitely get your blood glucose levels checked as well. Sugar also plays a very important role in maintaining energy, so make sure that it is in control and not going under or over the limit. So that's it for this video, guys. Please let me know what you think of this video. Should I do more of this video? What kind of topics would you like to see me cover? I'll leave all the necessary links in the description below about the Nutrela Soya Chunks video and the Trustified YouTube channel in general. They're doing a good job with testing supplements and making sure that they're not adulterated. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.